So, in this video I want to quickly show you how to set up a VSC node via Ansible. Ansible in general is an inventory management tool by Red Hat, and we're using Ansible because it allows us to quickly and consistently distribute the VSC node. If you want to know more about Ansible, check the description, where I'll link some documentation. And now let's start. For the prerequisites, you'll need Python and pip, and you'll need a Hive wallet and its associated keys. As a side note, Ansible is only executable on Linux, that's why I'm using WSL. Today I'm going to install VSC on my Raspberry Pi, on which I've already installed a fresh Ubuntu server image. But before we start, we still need to install Ansible, so let's do that. And if you follow the official documentation, you can just do the pip install with Ansible. And as you can see, I already installed Ansible. So, now that that's out of the way, let's just continue. And for the next step, we want to define an inventory YML that, basically describes the hosts we are going to deploy the VSC node onto. And for that, we will just copy out of this little chunk of text here and create a file called inventory.yml in the root of the project. I basically filled out everything already, so I'm just going to paste it in here, save it. Alright, now we're ready to execute Ansible, and for that we'll just copy this prompt that's in the README. And this prompt basically says that we want to use this playbook here for the Docker installation, and that we want to include our inventory YML file. We are executing this in the root of the project, and let's go. Now it's going to prompt us for the various Hive account details. For example, my Hive account name. After that it asks for the posting key. It is hidden by default, so you're not going to be able to see it. Now it wants to have my active key. As a side note, those are all private keys, not the public keys. And now Ansible is executing. This is definitely going to take a while, as there are a lot of steps that are executing sequentially. And yeah, I'll be back in a minute when most of this stuff finished. Now we're at the last step. Now it's starting up the VSC node. That process is going to take a while, as it needs to fetch all the node packages, and yeah, depending on your hardware, that might take a while. For my machine or for my Raspberry Pi, that usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes. And as we got a little time right now, we can quickly jump over the steps that the Ansible execution is doing, so you know what is happening in the background. So at first we upgrade all the packages, then we install Node, so it's easier to debug things. Then we install Docker and all its dependencies. Then we check out the VSC node and create the parameterization environment file that's required for logging into Hive. After that, we register an update script as a cron job, so if we have pushed updates to VSC, they're immediately reflected in your local repository. And then we start up the VSC node. That's the step we are currently waiting on. So, the Ansible execution has finished. Let's quickly check up if everything's working as expected. As we can see here, all 3 services are good and up and running. IPFS, the MongoDB database, and VSC itself. And the logs look good as well. Nice. So, that's it basically. Thank you for watching the video, and see you next time.